Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another amazing episode of the You're Not Done Yet podcast, where your purpose is just moments away, and I am here to help you get there. Y'all, I told you we are embarking on a new series, and this series is called Women on the Way Up. And as you can see, we have another beautiful young lady on the screen with us today, so she can introduce herself. We'll get right into the episode.
Hello, I'm Uyshika Rogers. I'm the owner of SoShikLashes, where we provide a variety of lash extension services, anywhere from super natural to super glam.
Yes, awesome. So I know you gave us, what you do, but who is Shika Rogers?
Shika Rogers, I would say that I am someone who doesn't know how to give up or accept a no. I'm
Yeah,
someone who, no matter what, at all odds, I consistently see a vision for where I want my life
yeah,
and I go at it
yeah,
like by any means necessary.
yeah,
So I would say, I'm a businesswoman. I'm a God-fearing woman. I'm
yeah,
just somebody who wants better for myself as well as for the people around me, and I
yeah.
relentlessly pursue that at all costs.
I love that. And I like the fact that you said, I am someone who sees a vision and I continue to go after the vision regardless. And that's me too. I hate a no. Like, okay, you're just saying not yet. You're not saying no, you're just saying not right now, right?
Mhm.
God, you're just saying not right now. But I'm going to continue to keep doing the work until you're ready to change that not yet into here we go. It's right
Mhm.
now. So my question is, how did we get here? How did we get to be so bold, so confident, so driven? And most importantly, being a business owner, for one, who loves what they do. And they're not just doing it for the money, but they actually love what they do and making an impact at the same time. How did we get here?
How did I get here?
Yeah.
I think I would say that it was a lot of trial and error. It
Yeah.
was, I would say, a confidence journey of consistently proving myself wrong. Like, I don't really come from, wealth, and I didn't really have a lot of examples around me of,
Yeah.
entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
But I would see it all the time, on social media, on movies, things like
Yeah.
that, and I would just say, I really want to be her. And, you know, I would have multiple different jobs. And, maybe I really liked the job, but they weren't paying me enough. Maybe they were paying me really good, but I didn't get along with my bosses. And I'm like, I can't keep doing this all the time.
Yeah.
I would literally have like 6 W-2 forms every year. I'm like, where did I work at?
Right. Where did I get that paycheck from? Oh, okay, that's it.
Right. So I'm like, okay, I really need something stable. And it seems like I have to create it because I don't really think that I'm the best, person to continuously be an employee because I'm
Yeah.
hopping from job to job.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I just decided, okay, well, what can I do in terms of a startup that isn't going to cost me an arm and a leg?
Yeah.
I knew that I wanted to be in beauty. I was really into like makeup, always looking at makeup tutorials, but starting a makeup business is expensive because you need skin colors for,
Oh, yeah.
yes,
Everybody.
right. Then you got the
Everybody.
acneic skin, you got the oily skin.
Yes.
Um, so I decided, you know what, lashes. I'm gonna do lashes. That's
Yeah.
perfect. Get my kit. I'm able to do about 10 people right after I take my class.
Yeah.
And I just relentlessly started pursuing it. I said, you know what? Let me just start doing people for free. So all my
Yeah.
coworkers at my job, I was doing it for free. And I had a boss that said to me, oh, Shika, you're always trying to get the girls here to come and get lashes done from you. You need to focus on your real job where you're going to make real money. That little side hustle isn't going to do anything for you. Right.
Excuse me?
Right. And that was his personal negative self-talk. That was
Yeah.
what he told himself at his big old age that he
Right.
can do it. And I chose to not believe that. I
I
said, you
know
know
that's
what?
right.
this person is really trying to tell me that I can't do this. And that
Right.
was one of the last jobs that I had.
Yeah.
So just like I said, consistently, trying to do the service, making sure that I provided the service
Yeah.
that the person wanted. I made sure I had good customer service. I made
Right.
sure that I went above and beyond.
Right.
And then so from that, consistently talking to different clients, asking God to bring in customers that not only were willing to come consistently and pay my prices, but customers who could teach me things, help
Yeah.
me grow within
Yeah.
myself, because I'm sitting there for several hours, with a person. I would like it to be somebody who, you know, I
Yes.
can potentially learn from. I'm not saying every person that I've learned these incredible things from, but a lot of my
Right.
customers I have learned something from. So I
Right.
think a combination of perseverance, hearing people say I couldn't do it and knowing that I could, and
Yeah.
as well as consistently talking to women all the time has made me have the mindset that I have today.
Yes, 100%. And I like the fact that you said, though, like, you didn't let his projection, his self projection, project onto you. Because, sometimes when we start new things, it's like we hear someone say, like, oh, well, it didn't work out for me. Or you're putting all your energy into that little thing, or that, like you said, that little business or that little side hustle. But it's just like, because you didn't have faith in yourself to see it through, doesn't mean that I don't have faith in myself that I'm going to see it through, right? Because when God gives you the vision or he gives you that thing, he's going to give you whatever else needs to come with it to make sure that you are successful. And I think that's the thing, that's the missing link. It's like, you didn't come up with that idea by yourself. Like God was like, okay, this is what I see for you. This is what I want for you. But do you want that for yourself? And I think the fact that you said, though, and you prayed that God will send you people that are going to help you learn. Because when you're starting out a business, the worst thing that someone can do is bash you, but not tell you how to improve or make your work, you know what I'm saying? Or make your work better. Like, this is what you can improve on. And I know for myself, like, going to get that service done, like, lashes are a luxury. Like, that's not something that you just say, oh, I feel like getting my lashes done today. No, baby, you gotta book an appointment. You gotta, and then you have to make sure that, like you said, like when you're laying on that table or in that chair, that you're able to connect with that person. Like, it's not just coming there with an attitude, because you can sense that type of stuff when you're lashing people, and you don't want that on you. So are you a native of Tallahassee, or you're from another city or state?
So I was born in New York,
Okay.
raised in Virginia, grew up in Orlando, and then I moved to Tallahassee for college.
Awesome. Okay, so we came here for school and then went to school and then figuring out, like, okay, yeah, like, and being, I can work, but I don't want to work for nobody. I want to work for myself. Like,
Well, I was doing lashes while in school because that was
okay.
my main thing. I needed a job that I could focus on school and still make
Yeah.
money and, still have a social life as well. I
Yes.
feel like that's important in being a balanced human being. Like, it can't
Yes.
be all work, 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 work 24/7, school,
Yeah,
school,
gotta have a
school.
little fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little piece of fun. So, right. So, I think that's also why I enjoyed lashing, was because even when it was work, it was still fun because it's people who I built, strong rapport with over
Yeah.
time, and they're coming, and I always say like, "Oh, I feel like I'm having a girls sesh," you know.
Yes.
So, so that also made it fun. So I guess that's what allowed me to continue to pursue that too. But
Yeah.
anyway, I was doing it through school. As I was coming towards the end, I was like, oh, well, I could, continue on with this, or I can just go to beauty school, get my license, and open up my shop. And
Right.
so I decided that semester, instead of going back to school, I just was going to get my beauty license. I'm an esthetician,
Mhm.
and so I did that and opened up my shop, and I've been pursuing it ever since. And I feel like it was the best decision for me.
Yes, I love that. And I think too that sometimes we feel like when we take another route, that is like delaying Right. But it's like it's not delaying, but that's just it's you're just pivoting. Like you're just pivoting from something because right now, okay, I know if I do this, this can set me up long term. So like just in case, like just say like you didn't decide to finish school, but now that you have more of the flexibility and you have, the base, you can go back and do that. So I think that that's an amazing thing. But would you say that being in the workforce kind of drove your ambition for that? Like it prepared you to have great customer service, it prepared you to be a great business owner, it prepared you to be able to deal with the ins and outs of business. Do you feel like the workforce kind of helped you in that,
Well,
prepared you for it?
I was a server.
Okay.
So in terms of, customer service,
Yeah.
yeah, I worked at too many restaurants. So, I worked at more upscale restaurants. I worked at more, lower scale restaurants.
Yeah.
So I think that yes, it did teach me how to do that because I knew how to deal one on one with customers. When
Yeah.
people would come into my, space, I wouldn't be like, hi. I'm like, hey, how are you? Because I'm used to showing up, introducing myself, being friendly. So I would
Right.
say that yes, serving did give me that training of how to serve customers in a way that made them feel, wow, she cared and they would want to come back.
Yes, I love that. So, switching gears. So, here at the You're Not Done Yet podcast, it's all about purpose, right? Just talking about, do you feel like you're walking in it? And if you were afraid to pursue it, like what kind of put you in that zone to do that? So, my first question is in purpose is, do you feel like you are walking in your God-given purpose? If so, how? And if not, why?
Um, I would say yes. I think I'm walking in my God-given purpose. I feel like I knew that I always wanted to be able to create a job for myself, and
Yeah.
my goal was to create jobs for others too.
Yes.
Simply because there was times where, like I said, I had so many different jobs. It was a lot of times where I was looking for a job,
Yeah.
even while at a job.
Yeah.
So
Hello, been there.
right, right. So I was like, oh, I know that there's people out here who, maybe they're looking for a job. I wanted to be able to give somebody an opportunity. And
Yeah,
even after graduating beauty school, some of my classmates were looking for jobs, and those were my first team members, actually.
yeah,
Because in school, I was doing everybody's lashes all the time, and so some of them even went to go pursue a lash career after
yeah,
they took their training. I'm like, oh, well, you're interested in lashes? Hey, I do need some help. So,
yeah,
like I said, so I would say that yes, I am. And then as well, I have smaller sisters or siblings. I'm the
mhm.
oldest. My youngest sibling for me is probably like 18 years, 20 years, something like that.
Yeah,
And then the closest one to me is 7 years younger than me.
yeah,
Yeah. So I
yeah,
really wanted to make sure that I was able to set an example for them. That was always my main goal because I'm the oldest. They're going to see what's possible,
yes,
through me. Maybe,
yeah,
my parents or our parents didn't really show them much of what's possible, but they come from a different generation.
right,
They've had different life experiences,
right,
but I want to show them that even if you are around negativity or even if you're around you know areas where there's not really much of an example and there's more lack than a vision, that they can see that through me. So
yeah,
yes, with that being said, my main purpose was to create a stable job for myself, be able
right.
to hire other people and create job opportunities for them, and set an example for my siblings. And I believe that I am walking in that purpose today.
Yes, 100%. Because I'm the oldest of four on my
Mhm.
mom's side,
You
and
know
the
the
middle.
vibes.
Yeah, and I'm the middle, and I'm the middle of five on my dad's side. So speaking of being an older sibling and setting that example, I'm there with you on that because it's like we're like the trial and error child. right? Like we're like the trial and error child, right? So it's like we get to mostly see our parents in the ups and downs. We get to see them sometimes like go through that struggle or go through that, not having it all together per se, right? Because I know for me, like I've watched my mom go from being an employee to being an employer. And to me, that was like, wow, like dog, like it's possible, right? But not realizing the long nights that she had to spend at her office, right? Not realizing that it's going to be some days where she's not going to be able to show up because she's creating a life for us, right? And being that older sibling, you're picking up that slack. Like, mom isn't here, but I feel like, look, I feel like I'm next in line. So here we go, right? And even still to this day, like my younger sisters and I, we're like this, right? Because we had to establish that type of relationship while our mom was creating the life that she saw for herself and that she wanted for us. And I always tell her, like, I'm the second mom, but I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world though, because you were always there, right? Even though you were working, you were always there. So being that older sibling, like, I feel that. And it's like that pressure to, I don't want to say be perfect, but it's like just wanting to get it right. Like, just like you said, but just wanting to show them that, like it's possible, right? But it's possible with hard work. It's possible with having faith in yourself. And then I would say too, what was that moment when you were like, God, I don't know. I don't know if this is for me. I don't know if I'm walking. I don't know if I'm walking right. What was that moment for like for you? When was that moment for you?
I think that moment came as I just started getting super busy.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm the kind of person, as I explained, like I don't want my whole life to be work, work, work. I want,
Right.
fun within my life. I want to be able to spend time with family. I'm not working to just only have money. I'm
Right.
working to, be able to have the resources to be able to take it and spend time with my family, have some
Yeah.
freedom, have some free time. So I think that's where it came into play. Understanding that as an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
you know, you could have worked 365 days for 1 year straight, and maybe that just got you to like the first tier.
Yeah.
So you need to be you maybe need to, in order to get to where you truly want to be at, you need to be working 365 days for the next 2 years after that.
Right.
And
Right.
so I think that's where I was like, whoa, God, is this for me? I've always had work ethic.
Yeah.
So that's never really been the issue. It's just like, whoa, I've really been going hard. Like when you kind of sit down and have that free time, it's like,
Wow.
whoa, like
Yeah.
my body's almost giving out, your back start hurting, your neck hurting.
Yeah.
So I guess that's where it was just realize when you realize, whoa, you've done so much, but you're still not done yet.
Exactly. You
Right.
have so much more to do. You have so much more to do. And
Mm.
I think that comes with anybody that's like in that path of entrepreneurship, in that path of creativity, or in that path of just, figuring out like what you are called to do. Because I know me personally, I'm in that season myself. It's just like, God, like, okay, yeah, I know I prayed for this and you sending it to me, but are you sure? Right? Like, you sure? You positive? Because and it's crazy because it's just like when I decided to like kind of take a break from social media to kind of like get myself together, system together and whatnot, like I just kept getting opportunities. And I'm just like, wait a minute. I said I'm taking a break. God is like, yeah, you taking a break from the world, but you're not taking a break from me. You taking a break from whatever you got going on, but you're not taking a break from what I got going on. And when that started to resonate, I was like, all right, God, I ain't gonna be disobedient. I'm gonna be obedient and do I need to do. But it just goes to show though, that once you decide to commit to something and God knows that you're committed to it, whatever you need is yours. Whatever you want is yours, right? But he knows that you can handle it. But it's just, do you know that you can handle it? Do you know that once I open this door and things start coming down, are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? And I like how you said, though, when you started to get busy, you were like, God, I don't know. I don't, God, I don't know. Like, I hear you, thank you for the clientele, but are you sure? Are you positive? Oh, okay.
And I think that all happened when I started getting in the mindset of attracting and not chasing.
Yes. 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 Sorry. But no, that's totally true, because it's chase the bag, not attract the bag, right? It's chase the opportunity, not attract the opportunity. But once you start to realize that what is meant for you is for you, and no one can take that away from you, you'll realize, okay, well, let me just sit and wait on God. Let me just sit and wait. Because the thing is, knowing that I have faith that He's going to provide, knowing I have faith that He's going to come through, why am I worried about anything else when everything that I need is going to be provided? Everything that I want may still be provided, because everything we want isn't good for us.
Mm-hmm.
Everything we want isn't good for us. But the fact that though, you have not because you ask not. But it's really up to Him to say, okay, yeah, here you go, you can have it. And I would say too, what advice would you give someone who's afraid to take that leap of faith, who's afraid to start that business, execute the vision? What advice would you give them?
I seen a post like years ago,
Yeah.
like even before I started my business. Um, and it said the best time to start your journey to success is now.
Mm.
I literally even have it like, as you see like my little stuff,
Yes.
I have it like on my wall. I have like a wall of affirmations, not here, but in another part of my house. And
Yeah.
that quote, I literally typed it up, printed it out, put it in the frame,
Yes.
because that quote has really resonated with me, even until now. I think about it regularly,
Yeah.
because we're constantly always in our head as to like, oh, I really want to do this, but like maybe I'll do it like when my kid like goes gets to this grade, or maybe I'll do it when I have a little bit more time,
Yeah.
at work or something like that. My schedule changes, something like that. And it's
Yeah.
like, no, you need to just go ahead and do it now. If
Yeah.
you're even thinking about it, that means God dropped it into your head for a reason. That
Yes.
means go ahead and just start pursuing it. Even if it's just, okay, well, let me just do some research about it. Maybe watch a couple YouTube videos about it.
Right.
So, follow somebody on social media who is talking
Who's
about
doing
what
it?
you want to
Yeah.
start. Get
Yeah.
some information, start somewhere, and put some action forth. Because if you
Yes.
just take one little step towards it, maybe that one little step
It's gonna.
bring you towards the next step, bring you towards the next step.
Yeah.
And another quote that I have on actually right underneath that one, in like, that same quote is don't focus on the large task ahead, focus on the small steps.
Hmm.
So instead of saying, I could have been like, whoa, I want to own my own beauty salon. Oh my gosh, that's so scary. I don't know what to do. That seems so impossible,
Yeah.
to me 5, 6 years ago. But what
Right.
did I do? Okay, boom, got my training. I started asking people to let me do, the service on them. I started focusing on
Yeah.
building clientele. I started providing, good services. All
Yeah.
those little steps led to me getting to what I wanted.
Right.
And if I was so focused on, whoa, how impossible is that? I would have
Yeah.
never got to that.
Never got that. Yes.
That
And
is
I
my
think,
advice.
that's really good, because I know me, that's what I struggle with. I struggle with looking at the bigger picture but not worrying about, okay, Andrea, if you do step one, like you said, step one's gonna lead you to step two, then three, four, five, six, and then before you know it, you are at, the overarching goal. But you have to have like that confidence and that boldness in step one, that regardless of how it turns out, it's still gonna get you to the end goal, right? You can't just stop at step one and you're just like, oh, this is too hard, I can't do it no more. Like you're already giving up, right? You're giving up when the plan for your life is so much bigger than step one.
And I think another piece of advice that I have too,
Mhm.
with that is move in silence, honestly,
Yeah, you don't have to
because
announce nothing.
the naysayers, they naysay. Um, okay. And so you could be so hyped, so ready to just start that step. Maybe you watched a couple YouTube videos and you're like, oh, I can do this. Yes, I
Right.
want this so bad. You tell, your boyfriend, your husband, your mom, your sister, and they're like, I don't know about
I
that because
don't know, right?
they don't see your vision. And they could get in, depending on your particular mentality, they could get into your head and tell you that you can't do it, and you're going to believe it, and you're not even going to start because it's like their reception wasn't good.
No,
So do take your steps and go forth. Don't tell everybody, oh, I'm about to do this. Just do it.
just do it.
Yep, and they'll get on board once they see this, once the vision comes to pass.
Yes.
That's when they'll get on board.
Yes, and 100%, because that's me, and I'm learning that too. Because I know me personally, like my mom is like my confidant, right? Or like my group of best friends, my confidant. And I remember it started to get to a point to where I just was like, when I started hearing like, "Ooh, are you sure you want to do that?" Or "How are you gonna da 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 da?" I was like, okay, started to shut down because I'm like, well, should I really be doing this? Like you said, because they're not, I mean, that person's not receptive to it. They're not receptive to it. How do I continue to move forward, even if there's that little ounce of like negativity back there? Because somebody already just was like, I don't know. Like, are you, you sure? But then also learning too that, like I said in the beginning, like God has the final say. Like, it's not about what people think about it or what the community says about it. It's what God intended for it to be. And I always know and I always feel that whenever you put something out, whoever it needs to get to is going to get to. Like, if whoever it needs to have it is going to have it. Now, it's not going to be the people that you think need it, but the people that need to have it will have it. So no, I'm with you 100%, because there are some things that I know that I'm working on personally, and it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep quiet about it until I get to the bigger goal, right, and where I'm going. So no, I definitely understand that, and I would say, Shika, thank you so much for coming on today, for having this conversation. And then I will also say, too, if you could leave them, the viewers, the listeners, with anything from today's episode, what would you leave them
I would leave them with my favorite quote. Um, the best time to start your journey to success is today.
with?
And don't focus on the large task at hand. Focus on the small steps
Yeah.
and you'll get to your end goal.
Yes, I love that. Whoo! Woo, 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 woo. I love that. And so, Shika, if people wanted to reach out to you, maybe hear more about who you are, your story, or they even want to come get their lashes done, where
Mhm.
can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at SoShikLashes. So spelled kind of like how my name is. So it's SoShikLashes. SoShikLashes. Or go to SoShikLashes.com.
Yes, I love that. Well, Shika, thank you so much for
Thank
being an
you.
amazing guest. This was a great conversation. I don't know if y'all feel that or y'all see it or y'all hear it, but this was great.
I loved
Okay.
it.
Yeah, like this was great, but this is what the You're Not Done Yet podcast is all about. This is what Women on the Way Up is all about. Having these real conversations with real people who are literally living and breathing this thing, right? And I think it's amazing to where you can hear someone's story of trailblazing. of triumph, like not giving up, because you know that the end goal is bigger and it's better and it has so much in store for you. So I am so thankful that you decided to grace us with your presence on this episode in the podcast. So thank you again for coming on. So with that being said, make sure you guys are following us on Instagram at You're Not Done Yet Pod, and me, your host, at It's Andrea B on Instagram. And y'all, we have some more ladies coming up, so stay tuned. It's not over yet. And I hope to see you guys next week for an amazing episode. Bye.